Hello, Mo friends. I'm just going to expand here and welcome to another Facebook Live with me. Hopefully this is all working out. Yeah, we're all set. So hello, everyone. If you're catching this live, hello. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm just going to be doing a demonstration of a massage for the face and the jaw. So I am a registered massage therapist, and I am happy to share some tricks that I've learned over the years. For the most part, it'll be kind of a freestyle. I kind of let my hands explore and do what they feel intuitively needs to be done when I do feel muscles. So bear with me as I try to direct you through some exercises and massage techniques for the face. But I'm really excited to share this with you. You do not need anything in particular, just your hands. Please make sure that they're clean. As for your face, you can clean your face, go through your cleansing routine beforehand. I'm going to do it after. I'm going to be using the Rejuvenique oil tonight, but you do not need to use anything for the relaxing massage techniques that we're going to be doing tonight. In another video of another night, I will be doing sequences that lift and tone the skin, so that one's going to be really cool as well. But this one is meant to just help you relax the muscles of the jaw and the face. This is going to be great for you if you talk a lot, if you're on a job that requires you to talk a lot, or you're just a general chatter. We will also help with anybody that carries stress in their jaw. If you're clench your jaw, if you grind your teeth at night, maybe you already have one of those really sexy mouth guards, but you still, can grind on the mouth guard, or you can still clench your jaw against the mouth guard. So, perhaps looking into what it is that's creating some of that stress that's making you grind and clench the jaw would be very beneficial, speaking from a professional viewpoint as a massage therapist. But we're just going to work on trying to relax things out today. We're also going to work on the anterior neck and underneath the jawline here, because more and more of us obviously are sitting at our desks. We have jobs where we're looking down a lot, even if it's just on our phones. So a lot of tension builds up in the front of the throat, and that can also carry some discomfort into the neck and the shoulders, because the neck starts to creep and the heads are creep forward because we're sitting at our desk, we're looking at our computers, and the muscles in the front are getting nice and tight, and the muscles in the back are trying to catch up. But then they need to work a little bit harder to try to pull you back, but they're usually pretty fatigued from just trying to catch up to you all day. So we'll try to make this an all-encompassing face, neck, jaw, a little bit of the shoulders, just kind of go with what works out. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. If I'm going too fast, also let me know. But we're just going to start off nice and easy here. I'm going to take off my glasses, and I'm going to also put my hair back here. I do have an elastic, but I would recommend something that's, my elastic is actually quite loose. It's a bit older, but if you have a scrunchie or even a hair clip, I would recommend that, because just think about even the ponytail, elastic itself holding on the hair. If you get that feeling at the end of the day when you feel like your head hurts because you've had a ponytail really tight, well, just think about that translating through the whole scalp, and how that can translate into tension in your face and your neck as well. So keep that in mind. Use something that's a little bit less intense when you pull back your hair. So let's roll into it. Do I need this right away? Probably not. I'm just getting a little bit too eager. But I'm going to start off with the neck and the shoulders. So if you've seen my lymphatic video, I start off with the neck and the shoulders because this is where the lymphatic system drains into from the right and the left side of the body. The right and the left clear different parts of the body. So we want to open these up. So I'm going to take my opposite hand there over, so right hand over to my left shoulder. I'm going to find that little like divot where if I stroke my shoulder, I get a little pocket in the sort of the clavicle and the neck area. I'm going to take a flat hand. I'm going to do about 10 small flat hand circles towards the neck. We're just clearing everything here so that as we start to work on the face, we're just opening up the lymphatic system, giving the lymphatic system in the face, obviously, a place to go. So we're just getting a nice little deep puff back here as well. Just want to go for about 10 little small sequences here. So it's very minimal pressure. You're sort of just feeling more of a little bit of traction. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, left hand over to that right shoulder, right underneath in that clavicle region. And we'll work on, hope everybody is having a great day. And it's to burn sweet potatoes today, so I'm asking you to do your sous chef. It's good for the meal. So not much going on in my end here. So we've opened up the lymphatic system, and then after that, I want to do a nice little stretch for the front of the throat, the nice little bit of the fascia. So we're going to take the hand here. I'm going to use my right hand. I'm going to sort of cut just around the clavicle and the sternum, but the most of my hand, the flat of my hand is on my sternum. I'm going to make sure I've got nice skin contact. If you don't have skin contact right now, like, don't worry about it. Just kind of place it over top of the shirt. And you're just going to gently from there just pull down. So I'm not like yanking down, I'm not gliding down. I'm just sort of finding that edge of the skin and then just pulling down from there. All right, and I'm going to hang out there. And what we're doing is, this can translate, I feel it's just a little bit right into the base of my jaw. And I was going to put my earbuds in and use the microphone, but I'm still a newbie at this, so it's all good. Release up there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of neck extension. We're just going to gently look up towards the ceiling while you're still keeping this hand flat and pulling down towards the floor. So we're just going to hang out there. And what's really cool is that you just kind of find where that fascia like just kind of ends for now. And then you just wait and breathe. And then it will start to let go. So you'll start to feel a little bit more space, and you'll sort of start to feel your head fall back. So we'll just hang out here for 3 more breaths. With any stretch there, you do want to be patient. It does take your body some time just to figure out what the heck you are doing. And we'll do that one. Awesome. With that little bit of fascial stretch, now we're going to go up to the front of the throat, and I'm going to get a little bit more technical, but I promise you it's nothing to be worried about. This is your hyoid bone here. So you can, if I'm talking, or even if you just hum, you can feel like the voice box in there, the larynx. And then if you swallow, you can sort of feel the hyoid bone move. So I'd like you to just, very gently, your trachea is in there too, just concentrate on just gripping a little bit of the hyoid. When I say grip, but, just a little, just cup the outsides of it if you can there. Okay, and then I'm going to just very gently kind of vibrate and rock side to side here, just very gently, okay? Not like a Mortal Kombat move where you're like reaching in and pulling out the trachea. Just super gentle, right? Just loosening things up. Why are we doing this? Well, there are muscles that stem from the jaw into the hyoid bone, right? So when we swallow, there's muscles that lift and lower it. So we're just giving them a little bit of attention. So we're not working directly on them yet, but we're just relaxing them indirectly. Okay, so nice and easy there with the hyoid. Just kind of going around here, your thyroid is in there too. So after the hyoid bone, then we're going to go into the jawline. So this I am going to place some oil on. Just kind of see where I'm at. And even before I do that, I'm just looking at my notes. And I want to just generally assess what is going on with your jaw and your jaw today and how tense it is or how it feels. So really, really simply, just take your index finger here, place it sort of in front of the ear, and then just gently rest your hands on your face. So it's like just like a little cupping here. And I want you to open and close the jaw gently. So just, you don't have to like super go yawn, just open and close. I'm going to do mine again. It's much more helpful if you noticed, maybe you felt the joint like kind of clunk out and then clunk back in. Maybe you get clicking in the jaw. Mine kind of shifts to the side and then finds its way back. One more time there. Nice. And then come back in. So I will do a little reassessment as well once we massage out the muscles in the jaw so that we can see if it made any difference. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes the effect takes a little bit longer. So we're going to place the oil on the fingers now. And we're using that Rejuvenique oil. I don't need very much. I'll just kind of apply as I go. I'm going to apply like 2 drops to start off with. And then I am literally just going to go from the ridge of the jawline here and then underneath. So there are muscles that attach underneath the jaw. Here's where it gets a little bit soft and spongy. So I'm going to apply out to the side, and then I'm going to take my fingertips and come up and under towards the center. So I'm kind of like scooping underneath, like where that soft tissue is. So I'm not on bone anymore. I'm like behind the jawbone. And it gets way more tight in here. So I can fit fingers a little bit underneath at the sides. I get nowhere when I get near the front of the throat. So I'm just going to look forward, soften things out a little bit. And I'm just going to spend a little bit more time on the front there. So I've got my fingertips straight up, and then I'm going to kind of press straight back. Yeah, side there. So I'm going to press in here. Putting your nails is always good. Massage therapists do not usually have very long nails, so I forgot to mention that one. So kind of let the, like your head kind of drop and press up. Oh, yeah. And then I'm going to take my thumbs. I'm just going to have my fingertips gently sort of touch the face. I'm going to go back underneath that jaw, not very hard, just applying like enough pressure. Then I'm going to like just like nod the chin. And then I'm going to move out to the side. So if I started in the middle of the chin, then I'm going to move out to the side and nod. And then I'm going to hook like that thumb underneath into that soft tissue. And nod. Moving out a little bit further each time. And you'll, there's lymph nodes in there as well. So if you were fighting cold or something, you might feel a little bit, you might be a bit more aware of them, but you can do this. I'm going to go through those strokes again underneath. Kind of have an advantage when I'm massaging this area on somebody else. I get to like hook from underneath because they're usually I'm usually at the head of the table where they're lying down. So I kind of have that advantage. So we're making do here. So I'm going right up there. Okay, so we will do that about like 10 times. And it should feel nice. Like you should actually feel like, oh wow, I didn't know that I had muscles under there, or I didn't know that that could be a little bit sore or tender. And then we're just going to keep encouraging that lymphatic system. So just like take both of your hands there and stroke down the side of the neck towards the collarbones. Lovely. So we've done underneath the jaw. Now remember, this isn't like a toning focus. We're trying to relax these muscles and make them nice and supple. I'm going to apply 2 more drops. And we're going to go onto the front of the jaw. And I'm going to take the index fingers here. I'm going to make little like hooks, little J hooks that we call them in massage. I'm going to kind of go to the front of my chin, and then I'm going to scoop all the way up here. Now, if it was lift and tone, we would do this like quite gently, but I actually want you to sort of feel like you're releasing muscle tissue here as well. Okay, so we've got like a little hook, and we're going up the outside of the jaw, right up towards the ear. So I'm going to go up the other side without confusing myself here. Up. Good. So keep going here, up, always with the faces. And I'll just do that one more time for a little hooks and bringing it up. So in this type of stroke, then the oil might be helpful, but it's still definitely doable without. Lovely. So you've got the jawline pretty much covered. A little side benefit, when the muscles are more relaxed and the tissue is more released within the facial structure as well, you can start to hopefully find a little bit of improvement in like skin conditions like acne, because you're giving clearance, right? Like things won't get as congested if the tissues are nice and open. Moving forward from the neck and the jawline, which actually feels pretty nice for me, and I've only like done like 4 kind of moves. I'm going to move into temporalis. Now temporalis, I won't apply any oil. I have a scalp massage video that I did last week, which really got into temporalis in around the hair, like underneath the hairline. We're going to concentrate on the temporalis that's like in front of the hairline. But to find it, I want you to just sort of cup your fingertips just above your ears, and you're near the temples, okay? So these muscles are named for obvious reasons, and vice versa. So right above the ears there, then I want you to like clench your jaw. And if you don't directly feel, like you usually feel something like pulse out against your fingers, it's a big muscle. So you know you might have to go a little bit higher just to feel some of its points. So I've got mine here. So in order to work on temporalis, we're sort of just in front of the hairline. So we're not going to go any further back today. We're going to stay around the temples. So visually, like I'm kind of just above the eyebrows and then out into the hairline here, just a little bit. I'm going to press in very gently. And then I'm just going to do little like side to side motions here. So it's like this, or you can go up and down, or you can do little circles. But the translation is very like minimal, and pressure is very minimal as well. And a little bit organized here with the mirrored view. So a little bit of pressure in, nothing crazy. Like don't try to crush anything, and then just side to side or up and down, and you're moving everything at once. So you know you don't want to like do these little like circles. You can, that's totally fine, but pro tip, your fingers might get a little bit tired. And down, going down towards the temple, here beside the eye, the Whoa, I'm gonna do that again, and I'm gonna do that side to side this time. So I'm, starting at the top where I can feel the edges, and then I'm coming down, keeping on the face though today. I'm gonna get in here. Dirty tonight. Last time I did the scalp massage, I was totally happy to do that. Good. All right. If that's feeling really good, keep up with it. That's totally fair. But we're gonna move on, and these are just nice little previews of the exercises, I guess, for the face. So that also just helps. It just takes some pressure off. I obviously have a lot of tension in my face and jaw because I can already start to feel a nice difference. Moving on to masseter, one of my favorites, and I can say that I'm nerdy massage therapist. Masseter is the big muscle at the side of your face here that opens and closes your jaw. It's a necessity for chewing, gobbing off, as my husband might say. And it can get super tight, especially if you do clench the jaw, grind your teeth, all big things. So how do we find the masseter? Well, we know where it runs to and from, but let's get a little bit more technical. So find your cheekbones, right, in bony prominences here, and I'm going to use my the fingertips, and I'm going to just swoop underneath those cheekbones, right? So I was on the bone, now I'm swooping underneath. Okay, I'm going to walk just a little bit to the outside where I'm sort of feeling a little bit more tension of that masseter. And then the same thing as we just did for temporalis. So you're just gently pressing in and then just pulling down this time. So this is a nice little fascial release, similar to what we did on the chest at the very beginning on that sternum, where you just press in and then kind of feel that pressure down. And I'm just gonna it's kind of they melt down towards the jawline. And that's just nice, beautiful fascia letting go, okay? And a little bit of that oil obviously helps too, right? Let's be serious. So a little pressing in and a little bit of translation down. I'm not dragging, I'm just creating a little bit of that pressure. And then I'm going to pull down, a little bit towards the midline again. I'm underneath that cheek. I'm going to pull down. All the way to that jawline. All right, so we're connecting those dots. Okay, so now we can kind of go into what we did for temporalis, where you can go side to side here. And this should, again, it might feel tender, so be gentle. You're pressing in and then just a gentle rock side to side. And here, so you probably will notice one is more dominant than the other. Perhaps you chew on one side more than the other. If your jaw does kind of zigzag or C-curve when you open and close the jaw, then one side is likely tighter because you are, because that translation makes it kind of proves that it's tighter from a visual perspective. So mine gets a little bit tighter near the jawline personally, so I'm just going to spend my self-care time as well as teaching you guys. I'm going to do little circles here, and I'm going to go with the full finger tips, the full hands, right? So I'm going to use single digit squeezing techniques. To that jawline. I'm going to make it a little bit fancy. I'm just going to finish off with one of those jawline little smileys here. Okay, so masseter is one that you can work on, for quite a while until you're sort of feeling a difference. I like to reassess with my clients as well to see how we're doing. You can also access masseter from the inside, which I will demonstrate in the future video, which is really cool. So yeah, so if it feels good, keep working on it. But also, these are muscles you're not familiar with working on yourself. Just take it easy and maybe not overdo it, because they can be extra sensitive, and then you'll feel extra sore the next day. So after masseter, I do have a note that I want to reassess. So we open and close the jaw sort of near the beginning of working on some of these muscles. So to reassess, just kind of place your hands right in front of the ears, gently cup the face, and then open and close. Still getting that translation, not gonna lie. So still get that pull to the right, my right. You know, it does feel a little bit looser. Okay? We've only done like half the face, right? Like you still got above to go. So let me keep moving here. More oil, and then we're gonna work on the eyes. Around the eyes. So again, what is this? This is my 6th. I'm using like 2 drops each time. Moving from here. So what we're going to do first is work on just a little bit of like we're going to take like those fingers, we're going to stroke. So I mean, this is super simple. We're going to stroke under the eyes, very gently up towards the temples. So we've already been at the temples. So it doesn't, you want to be like you don't pull too hard, you don't want to drag too much. You just want to like skim and lift, okay? Great. This is really just we're just getting towards the temples here. It's more about the temples, less about what you're doing underneath the eyes, right? I will demonstrate a lift and tone a little bit later. We're just getting right to those temples, just like finish that area. Great. All right, last one. Then we're going to move on to the eyebrows. I'm going to apply some more. You do not need to. Moving on to around the eyebrows. What could be common is that some people have these like frown lines, right? So the frown lines, the 11s, so they can also be called, right? So those 2 lines that are going down the middle of the forehead. So if you have those, so let's like apply a little bit of oil to the forehead and the eyebrows, or just follow along with some nice strokes. If you have those, then I recommend that you start on one side. So you're going to grab that tissue and just give it a little up and down here. I need to go back to the middle. Here we are. No tissue there to grab. All right, so we're going up and down and side to side. I got it now. We grabbed it. And a little bit of pull down, side to side. Okay, I'm going to try that on the other side here. In the middle. Right in the middle. How am I doing? I swear. Okay, so you grab the middle between the eyebrow and a little piece of the eyebrow, and then you go up and down. Okay, so you're just freeing up those tissues. Grab as much as you can. I'm going to have to pull down from the forehead up and down here. So this should feel actually really nice. Okay, up and down. So I don't know if anyone's familiar with the Enneagram, but I'm a 3, and 3s have a hard time showing emotion, mostly because we actually don't know what we're feeling. So it's not that I literally can't show it on my face, because I don't know what I'm feeling. Working on it, but the 3s that usually have really asymmetrical like tone skin, because they don't have those frown lines and wrinkles, and it's just a fun little thing. So if you know your Enneagram number, please let me know in the comments, because I do enjoy the Enneagram, and it's a lot of fun, and I think it's very relevant. So let's go back to those little like J hooks, and this time we're going to go under, just scoop underneath the eyebrow, and then scoop on the eyebrow towards the temples. Okay. And this one should feel amazing as well, because we do, that's non-freeze, we carry a lot of facial expression with the eyebrows, a lot of tension. Okay, this feels really nice as well. Like, I do get headaches, so this is actually a really nice relaxing technique here. Moving on one more time. The J's, scoop, and beautiful. Almost done. Frown lines, which was the 11s, our frontalis. Then I'm not going to apply any more oil. I think I'm good. So then from here, we're going to just like sweep up on the forehead. So we're going from the eyebrows here. I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm just going to like swoop up. So, you know, this is a nice, it's a combination that you're going to get the benefit of kind of ironing out those wrinkles here. So, you can also like do this way. So, up with one hand to the right from the eyebrow. Do that way with both hands. So, right up the middle there. Oh, yay. I think I enjoy making these videos, mostly because I get to do all these techniques by myself. All right, so that is the face, but we're just gonna like close it all down. You wanna scoop from, like, trace the hairline, go all the way down and down the neck. We're gonna do that 2 more times. So any, you know, lymphatics, extra, extra fluids, but we just want to move it down and away. Very nice. All right, so that is a relaxing massage for the jaw and the face. So hopefully you do feel a little bit lighter in the front of the throat and underneath the jawline. Maybe your cheeks feel a little bit more relaxed, you know, like then the masseter feels a little bit more relaxed. And those eyebrows, I mean, we just don't realize how tight they are. So I do hope that you can use these techniques on your own. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm very happy to help you with these techniques. And if there's something else that you want to see from a massage therapist, then please let me know. I'm happy to share with you as well. For now, though, have an awesome evening. Thanks so much for tuning in. And